Hi, everyone. This is Anastasia with One Cosmic Heart. That's my business name for all of you that don't know that. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about an inspiration that came through for me. I think it was a week ago, might have been a little longer, but around a week ago. I was inspired to create a worthiness altar for myself. And I don't know if anyone out there out there in my audience, I should say, done anything like this before. Um, we create altars for manifesting. People have altars where they will set up candles and maybe crystals or something as a way to go and spend some time and pray for people that they care about. Or it might be for you to go and just spend some time and pray for you. And I think I already said an abundance altar, which I think is, quite common when we think of altars. People will create a little space in their room or home where they want to call in abundance. So they just create a space, maybe a little corner of your table. Maybe it is a small table or something where you have some special items that make you feel abundant, that represent abundance to you. So, and I'm just sharing this for those that aren't really, have never created an altar, or this is a newer concept for you. I started doing altars years ago. I don't do them as regularly now, but I've been called to start doing them more. And it can be really as simple as, like I said, a little area in your home or a little part of your desk or something, or on a bookcase where you have an intention of something you'd like to call in, and you have items that represent that. So I am in the process of clearing a space upstairs in the bedroom for myself. And this area has had a lot of stones. Just as I have stones, I keep collecting and putting them on, but they're just kind of in a haphazard way. But I'm going to be more intentional and create an altar. So I've got to clear everything out, dust things off. I'm actually taking it's not a tablecloth, but it's a piece of pretty cloth. I'm going to take that down. I need to wash it. I'm going to put a different really pretty cloth up. When I have this all done, which may take me a little while, I'll take a picture and put it up on Facebook. So I was called to do a worthiness altar. And why was I called to do a worthiness altar, you might ask? Well, a couple of weeks ago, I came on here and I did a live on tapping or just saying some frequency numbers to call in unexpected windfall. And I have been working with the idea of money in my life, in my world. And I will be talking about this topic throughout April, maybe even May. I'm not sure. But I've been working on just I don't want to say what does money mean to me, because that's really not what I mean. But how is money showing up for me? How do I treat money? What is my relationship with money? So I'm looking at money in my life right now. And again, I guess to sum it up, it's what is my relationship to money? Does it flow to me easily? Do I have to work really, really hard? Do I have an idea or a belief system that says I can make money, but only if I work really, really hard? So I'm looking at all these things. I'm looking at patterns. I'm looking at limiting beliefs. I'm looking at my relationship to money. I've done this before, but not in this kind of concentrated way. And so as I was sitting, thinking and working through some things, I literally was inspired. And I heard this voice that said, create a worthiness altar. And I was like, huh? What? A little space that I have some special things that when I look at make me feel worthy. Because a lot of what is part of my story around abundance and money is going in and out of feeling worthy enough to receive. That's just the truth. That's my thing right now that I'm working through is worthiness. And it does touch on other areas of my life. Usually when there's a theme, that it does carry over into our other relationships, how we treat ourselves, even like what we eat and how we eat. Do we feel worthy enough? So anyway, I'm going to create, like I said, a little space. It's my worthiness altar. And if this resonates with any of you, I would encourage you to try it out, do the same. I have some items that I have 2 items that I know I'm putting on my altar, and I have a third. So I just want to show you some examples for, again, this is for people that this is like a newer concept too. And yeah, super simple. So it's a little bowl. It's very little because it's smaller than my palm. And it's not real gold, but somehow gold plated. And it's really pretty, very floral in there. So you can put things in it. But this is going to be on my worthiness altar because when I look at this, it makes me feel, obviously, the obvious word is worthy, but it makes me feel rich. It makes me feel deserving. I look at this and I look at how there's craft that was put into this, and it makes me feel good. I'm like, wow, I feel worthy. This is something that is it didn't cost a lot of money, but it makes me feel good. And then the other thing I'm going to put on my altar, and hopefully you can see this, is a picture of a goddess. So I bought a card and then I just made a copy and shrunk it down a little bit. And this is probably, if I had to guess, is maybe Aphrodite, but it represents love. So if somebody else had something similar to this and they wanted to do an altar for romance or to call in a partner, you could easily have something like this on your romantic or calling in a partner altar. But for me, when I look at this image of this woman, who she represents a goddess archetype, this makes me feel worthy. She is feeling love and loved. And when I look at it, she's receiving this beautiful love from wherever. For me, it looks like she's receiving from the universe, which is God, source, creator. She's just sitting there receiving, knowing that she is worthy, knowing that she is loved, knowing that she is loved. So my goddess of love is going on my altar because I want to feel this, and this helps me to feel worthy. This is a representation for me. And then I brought a little stone to share with you, and this is a desert jasper. So this may or may not end up in this altar, but it may end up somewhere else. But anyway, candles, anything. You could write a mantra. You could write, I am worthy. I feel worthy. You could have a picture of some friends, you and some friends that make you feel really good, that when you look at that picture, you feel uplifted and you feel worthy, right? So whatever that means to you, it's whatever you want to put on the altar, basically. There are no rules. It's what makes you feel good. And the point is to spend some time, if you can, every day or every other day, once a week, kind of just checking the altar out and going, oh, that makes me feel good. I feel a little more worthy right now because I'm calling in. I'm wanting to change the way I have felt about not feeling worthy. I want to bring in more feelings of worthiness. So I need to call in. Sometimes it's just a thought or a mind shift, but sometimes it's a physical representation that helps to bring in the feeling. Ultimately, we're wanting to shift the way we think and feel, and sometimes we can easily do that, and sometimes we need a little more of a physical something to help us remember. It's a remembrance, and it's a way to love yourself. So I'm going to be looking at this worthiness altar as a way to love myself. So that's something else I'm working on too, is more self-love. How can we love ourselves more? How can we soften that inner critic and bring in more love to our lives? So, anyone that, is watching this after the fact, during the replay, if you have some ideas that you want to share, if you have some comments, if this sparked something for you, if you're going to try it, let me know. I would love to hear. I'm going to, like I said, be working on mine because I have some clearing. Got to clear some space, and I did buy a really beautiful piece of fabric, but I want to wash it. So I'm working on mine, and I hope that whether it's a worthiness altar or any kind of altar, or doesn't even have to be an altar, if there is something you can tap into today that you would like to bring in more of, this is your invitation. This is me inviting you and encouraging you to bring in more of what you would like to have in your life. So I hope you have a wonderful Monday and a beautiful week, and I'll be checking back in with y'all. See you next time.